Now, when he accepted the Nobel Peace Prize, Elie Wiesel, who was a Holocaust survivor, sent this message to all of that persuasion who dare not speak out against great evil. He said, "Take sides. Neutrality helps the oppressor, never the victims. Silence encourages the tormentor, never the tormented."
Chapter of German history during a time when incited mobs threw stones into the windows of innocent shop owners and women and children were cruelly humiliated in the open. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, a young pastor, began to speak publicly against the atrocities that the regime had produced.
Well, Nancy Pelosi, who, as she has told us many times, is very Catholic, was given a chance to condemn these attacks, which would seem to be very easy for any humane person who believes in law and decency. Instead, here's what Nancy Pelosi said.
And this is a truth that applies to the silence of Pope Pius XII in face of the most heinous crime against humanity ever committed, even when it was taking place under his very windows. He never spoke out, he never lit a candle for Christian morality that should have shone in that blackness, a blackness that in consequence covers him as well. His silence gave license to Catholic members of the SS to shoot the Jewish men, women, and children as they cowered on the edge of the mass graves. To turn on the gas in the concentration camp chambers and then to go to confession with an untroubled conscience.
I'm a very Catholic person, and I believe in every woman's right to make her own decisions.
So how hard is it to say, if you're purportedly a Christian, and she claims to be, throws it in your face, in fact, told us several years ago that MS-13 were children of God. How hard is it to say, you know, whatever you think about abortion, I'm for it, you're against it, fine. You can't attack churches, and you can't attack faithful Christians because they're Christians. But she couldn't say that, which shows you that she's not a Christian, she's a poser, and an abettor of violence.
In prison, Bonhoeffer began to reflect on how his country of poets and thinkers had turned into a collective of cowards, crooks, and criminals. Eventually, he concluded that the root of the problem was not malice, but stupidity.